In part 1, I mentioned all we as tourists have to do is book and turn up, expecting to see tigers and other wildlife in their natural habitat. It's not that simple. As with all successful projects, Project Tiger created India's world-class parks. In part 2, I covered how it started back in 1969, with the recognition India was losing its wildlife and jungles. The steps that followed have created what we have today. Before I talk to Vishnu, our naturalist at Satpura, I wanted to cover one or two key points that has led to the creation of Satpura and other Indian tiger reserves. The foundation for Project Tiger is the 1972 Wildlife Act, which was passed through India's parliament. It sets out the structure of how India's wildlife would be managed. So the Act lays out quite clearly the role of central government in that it appoints the Director of Wildlife Preservation. It also then sets out this role of the state governments who appoint the wildlife wardens and the various officers and employees to run the parks in their state.
Put him in our jet and put me in his.
Yeah.
No. I need him to be there because he's the spotter, isn't he?
The other thing, before we talk to Vishnu about Satpura, Project Tiger created a core and buffer zone strategy. The core zone was free from all human activity, and around that is a buffer zone, and the principle of the buffer zone is conserve-orientated land use. It was about protecting and managing the buffer zone, but the core area is where the tiger population and the wildlife were to develop, unhindered by humans.
So why does this tree have all these stones at the bottom?
It's like because water level touches that particular level.
So when Vishnu talks about the core area and the buffer zone, we understand how Project Tiger set this out.
This is the map of whole Satpura National Park and Tiger Reserve, which is 2133 square kilometers roughly in area. This is the largest national park and tiger reserve in central India. So today in the morning we have been to the core area. So core area is beyond this water body. So all this is the core area that comes.
Okay.
The core area. So the total core area is somewhat around 1300 square kilometers. The buffer area is somewhat around 730 square kilometers roughly. In the morning today we had a ride of this area particularly.
Okay.
And the viewpoint, you remember, from where we have seen the Sonbhadra river, that was over here. We have seen crocodiles.
Yeah, that was after breakfast.
After breakfast.
Okay.
Just before that, over here we had our breakfast, where the camp was there.
Yeah.
And then you remember two water bodies where we have seen a lot of birds, ducks, and Sambar deers. They were locking the horns.
Yeah.
That was somewhere over here.
Okay.
So this is one of the four entry gates of the core area. So this is Marhai. Another core entry gate over here is this Banarpani gate, which is somewhat around 70 kilometers from here. So those who enters from this gate, they have access to only this much of area. Rest of that is non-tourism area. Second and third and fourth entry gate of the core area are over here. So they have the access. So those who enter from this gate, they have the accessibility of this area, this much. Those who enter from this gate, they have the accessibility to cover this much area.
Wow.
So tomorrow we are having a full day safari. So we will go from here. We will just cross this. We will come to this camp, and then we will start exploring this whole Churna area. That you can say terrain and habitat is quite different over here. So as soon as we move from west towards the east direction, the altitude of this whole national park starts rising, and you can see over here there is the highest point of the national park and central India, Dhupgarh, that is 1352 meters.
Okay.
So this is a very big park, very diverse in terms of biodiversity, flora, fauna both, and not only flora, fauna but also rocks and soils also. We have a lot of antelopes also.
So the blue bull we haven't seen yet.
Okay, so I'll try to find
No
blue
doubt.
bull for you guys today or tomorrow.
Yeah, no, that's good. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
So Prakash?
Prakash. And
Aadhaar.
So will you find us a leopard, tiger,
Okay, okay.
Everything.
Everything.
Nilagi, blue bull?
Okay.
नील गाय इनको देखनी है.
Yeah.
अच्छा तो फिर वो उधर ही है यार बाबू.
Jake, can you see?
This one. On the ground behind the tree. On the ground.
On the ground. Oh,
On the ground.
White, isn't it?
is that white?
Black and white stripe.
You see?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It has a long beak.
And he's got this
Yeah, crest. And with the long beak, they just put their long beak on the cracks to grab the worms and insects and. Fish. He has caught a fish. Come this side.
Oh yeah, got him. Oh,
Has got a fish.
Very nice. Oh, what sort of fish?
कौन सी मछली है? ये फिश ईगल है. यार पता ये लेसर फिश ईगल.
भाई तो मैं
ग्रे हेडेड जैसा नहीं लग रहा. ये लेसर फिश ईगल है. उसकी टेल देखो.
कौन सी?
लेसर फिश ईगल. हाँ, ज़्यादा चांसेस उसी तरह की. उसकी टेल ऐसी लेसर फिश ईगल की टेल ऐसी.
जैसा लग भी नहीं रहा.
फोटो वो खींच रहे हैं ना, उनसे कंफर्म करेंगे.
Yeah, he's eating the fish now.
क्योंकि जो वो हुआ ना टेल वाला पार्ट,
वो थोड़ा
पूरा वाइट और लास्ट में ब्लैक टिप.
ब्लैक ना वाइट टिप.
मतलब पूरा वाइट था, लास्ट में ब्लैक बॉर्डर था.
movement, yeah.
गूगल में उसका फोटो
मर्लिन में है ना.
लेसर किसी में.
मर्लिन में.
Can we just stop here?
As soon as you will take the left front, just go 2 feet and the it's sitting there.
Oh, gosh. And also,
It's a mottled owl.
Mottled owl.
Mottled wood owl.
Mottled wood owl.
oh yes.
Adult wild boar prefer to be solitary, except during the mating season when they join a sandar or family group comprising 2 or 3 adult females and young. A contest between males decides on the mating rights. Tigers and leopards do kill and eat wild boar, but they don't always have it their own way. A wild boar fighting for its life can wound a tiger or leopard severely enough to cause death. In 2020, there was a report of a fierce battle between an adult Royal Bengal tiger and a wild boar in Kaziranga National Park, which ended in the death of both animals.
Nilagi. And just on the left there is a female also. Yeah. Down. We'll take a bit ahead. थोड़ा सा आगे लेना. Is it visible from there?
It is visible.
Yeah, it's the front now. You can have the front.
It's into the light now, isn't it?
Okay. Maybe you can come over here where we are.
We got a good one just now, the sun with the yellow eye.
Oh wow.
Oh, good. Yes, they are.
Guar, or Indian bison, are the world's largest wild cattle. This is the largest herd we've ever seen. Guar have a prominent ridge on their upper back above the forelegs. Males are darker than the females. Herds are led by an older female, the matriarch. Adult males are often solitary. Adult females are about half the weight of a fully grown adult male, which weighs in at around 1,500 kilograms. Females generally have one calf, which is weaned after 7 to 12 months. They are sexually mature after 2 to 3 years. Their lifespan is 20 to 30 years. Tigers hunt young or infirm Guar, but have also been reported to have killed healthy bulls weighing up to 1,000 kilograms. When confronted by a tiger, the adult members of a Guar herd often form a circle surrounding the vulnerable young or calves and shielding them from the big cats. As tigers rely on ambush tactics when taking on prey as large as a Guar, they will almost always abandon the hunt if detected and met in this manner. Nevertheless, the Guars are formidable opponents to tigers, and they are capable of killing tigers in self-defense.
क्या हो रहे हैं देखना पड़ेगा क्योंकि ना ये रेड पढ़ना पड़ेगा. This tree? Beside this tree at the back in that open window.
I can see you.
What am I looking at?
Serpent eagle.
Serpent eagle. There is an eagle here, so straight in this between these two trees. You go at the back. Back.
One, two, three, four.
One is also sitting on their left side.
Yes. The best time to see tigers are early morning or evening. Our Satpura guides are trying their very best. As mentioned in part 1, a sighting in every 5 drives is realistic in many parks. Parks with high density of tigers, it is more like 1 in every 3 drives. Tomorrow is our 4th drive, an all-day drive, so fingers crossed we'll see one of the Satpura tigers or leopards.